LA This Week.
Why are we using our public funds to finance things like fossil fuel and immigrant detention centers when we can instead use that savings to be able to reinvest in our community?
A valuable piece of Central Library history is recovered. That's coming up.
We are here at the Women Move LA Expo in downtown Los Angeles, where Mayor Eric Garcetti just introduced a new paid family leave program for city employees. I'm Anita Bennett, and I'll have that story just ahead.
Hey everyone, I'm Yana Kay. Here's what's happening on LA This Week. The city of LA could be one step closer to creating its own public bank. Banking experts say a public bank would focus on local investment, help fund local initiatives, and underserved communities.
Why are we using our public funds to finance things like fossil fuel industries and private prisons and immigrant detention centers when we can instead divest out of Wall Street banks, recapture the interests that we pay to out-of-state private Wall Street bankers, and use that money, use that savings to be able to reinvest in our community, to be able to fund and finance the things that we need?
I do think the time has come for us to look at the creation of a public banking system. The mission would be to provide affordable housing, which is one of the biggest needs in this city, to upgrade our infrastructure, and to give loans to homegrown local entrepreneurs that have great ideas that are trying to succeed.
Why not a public bank for a public good? Because look, the old system's just simply not working.
It's a game changer. Now money is answerable to the people and not to the shareholders.
This is the inevitable evolution of a financial system that's only served a very small handful of people. So we need to be able to turn banking and credit into a public utility. You know, just like we have public airports, just like we have public libraries, just like we have public water systems, why not a public bank?
This is the way that government was supposed to work, where we partner with the people, the government, the people together, trying to affect change.
The next step in the process is to bring on a banking expert to get the ball rolling. It's official. The next time you want a straw for your drink at a restaurant, you'll have to ask for one. A new straws on request ordinance just went into effect in hopes of reducing the plastic waste in our oceans and waterways.
We want Angelenos to be aware of the next phase of our initiative to reduce single-use plastic waste along our beaches, in our waterways, in our parks, everywhere that we see them. Starting Tuesday, October 1st, all restaurants and food beverage facilities, including sit-down, full-service, fast food, kiosks, convenience stores, even food trucks, will be required to withhold plastic beverage straws unless a customer requests them.
Plastic pollution is a big problem for our oceans and waterways. It breaks down into small pieces and is eaten by fish and wildlife, often killing them. Plastic is made from fossil fuels, so its production contributes to climate change. Perhaps worst of all, the size and shape of plastic straws make them virtually impossible to recycle.
The city is encouraging the use of straws made from alternative materials, whether they're biodegradable or recyclable, such as paper, metal, bamboo, or even pasta.
And that's that 8 million tons of plastic are dumped into our oceans every year. That's the equivalent of one garbage truck full every single minute. Straws on Request is a simple, common sense solution and an enormous step towards reducing single-use plastic pollution in Los Angeles.
Officials recommend buying and using your own reusable straws made of stainless steel, silicone, or bamboo. The state of women in Los Angeles continues to improve. That was the message at the State of the Women and Girls Address and Expo at LA Live. Anita Bennett takes us inside.
On a busy morning in downtown Los Angeles, women from across the city gathered to discuss ways to increase gender equity. setting the 3rd annual State of Women and Girls Address and Expo.
This isn't just about once a year patting ourselves on our back. It's about owning this issue every day and making it a value that men and women inside the city own with equality and also with the same passion.
Mayor Eric Garcetti and First Lady Amy Elaine Wakeland launched this event in 2017. This year, they were joined by more than 1,000 female leaders and LAUSD students in the Marriott at LA Live.
Growing numbers of us are stepping up to fight gender discrimination, to end violence against women, and to push back against divisive immigration policies and racial injustice in our city.
Garcetti used the occasion to unveil a proposal for the first ever paid parental leave program for LA municipal employees.
Moving forward, thousands of Angelenos who work in the city will be able to take paid parental leave at 100% of their salary. We think that's good for kids to get their first start, it's good for the parents to be able to bond with those children, and it's good for our workforce.
Later, the mayor and first lady presented the city's Bureau of Engineering with a Gender Equity Award.
Congratulations, ladies! Congratulations!
Now, the gathering also included an expo here, giving attendees a chance to network, learn about job opportunities and internships, too. Along with job opportunities, downstairs in the expo, attendees could get free dental screenings courtesy of Cal State LA and USC.
We check their gums a little bit visually. We check their bite. We make sure that they have a dental office that they're going to, or if they need any recommendations.
For many participants, it was a day well spent.
I try to attend any and all events that are focused on women's issues, women advocacy, as well as bringing in male allies and really just trying to get people involved.
I thought it was extremely wonderful. The turnout was absolutely terrific.
Garcetti also announced the formation of an international gender equity network to create paths for progress and action. The Port of LA is one step closer to its goal of using more green technology as it rolled out the world's first zero-emissions top handler.
We're very excited today to be able to unveil the world's first zero-emissions top handler. The top handler is probably the most versatile piece of equipment at a modern marine container terminal. It gets used all over the terminal for a variety of different tasks. And if we can get this one to reach zero emissions, we believe that we've made a big step toward reducing our carbon footprint and moving toward our overall goal of zero emissions container handling for all equipment at the Port of Los Angeles.
First ones in the world, zero emission, 100% zero emission. All of these containers that you see going up and down the road, it'll move that container around this terminal, and then it'll stack it 6 high. So it's a very integral part of the port operation, terminal operations.
Along with the Port of Long Beach, we are the greenest port complex anywhere in the world, reflecting our momentum as a city and our ambitions as a people. When we see global warming destroying our Earth, we've got to reduce our carbon footprint. This does both, cleans up the air, reduces our carbon footprint, and protects those jobs that are here. So what's better than a healthy Earth, healthy economy, and healthy air?
2 new homeless motions are introduced in City Council. Los Angeles Animal Services announces the city's new Shelter at Home program, and the city partners with an organization that helps small businesses build their online brand. All this in City V. Councilmember Jose Huizar has introduced 2 motions to help individuals in the Skid Row area. The first would allocate $1.5 million for rehousing and social services to approximately 150 women facing homelessness. The second motion provides $500,000 for expanded access to restroom and shower facilities and $150,000 towards community ambassadors. Los Angeles Animal Services has announced the Shelter at Home program, which allows members of the community to provide care for cats and dogs at their home instead of bringing them to the animal services centers. Rebrand Cities is a national project that helps get small businesses online. The initiative provides the tools, workshops, and training to help the online startups, which in the end helps local economies, and now they're also working with Los Angeles.
Our goal is to get 10,000 small businesses that are offline online. And we're doing it in cities all across the world and quite a few cities in the United States. And we're really excited about this partnership with the city of Los Angeles.
A great find for the LA Public Library's Downtown Central branch. A valuable masterpiece that had disappeared without a trace has turned up in another state. Anna Marcos has more.
A 50-year-old mystery finally solved. This bronze sculpture, part of the Well of the Scribes art piece, had just disappeared and gone missing for decades. But now it's been returned to its rightful owner, the LA Public Library. A happy unveiling after library staff have found one of the panels from their missing sculpture. The art piece disappeared in 1969 as library staff repaved the West Garden to make way for a parking lot.
It is a mystery. It's hard to imagine how something so significant as a bronze well it's not tiny, that it could go missing.
It took a lot of help to solve the decades-long mystery. Author Susan Orlean wrote about it in her 2018 bestseller, The Library Book, which then prompted journalist Brandon Reynolds of the San Francisco Alta Journal to write a detailed article. That caught the eye of an Arizona antique dealer, and it prompted him to make the call that changed everything.
Within a couple of weeks, I got an email from Floyd Lillard in Bisbee, Arizona saying, "I got the piece." And we immediately were like, "No, you don't. Of course you don't. There's no way." But sure enough.
An antiques dealer in Bisbee, Arizona reached out to us and let us know that he thought he might have a piece of the well. And I got on a plane, flew to Tucson, drove 2 hours to Bisbee.
People have been looking at this photograph of what the fountain looked like and wondering what happened to it and, imagining the worst, that it was melted down for its scrap value. And to have one piece come back, just a wonderful surprise.
So there are 6 scribes here on the western portion, and they represent the scribes of Europe and the Americas. So there is the Greek, the Roman, the Hebrew, the monastic clerk, and also the 2 from the Americas, the Aztec and the Native American.
But this is only one part of the Well of the Scribes piece. 2 of its panels are still missing. The central panel depicts the horse Pegasus, while the eastern panel shows 6 scribes from Eastern cultures and religions. Library staff hope their lucky find kicks up interest and jogs people's memories in the search for leads on the missing panels.
We're certainly looking and waiting on phone calls and emails that maybe the other 2 pieces might come.
Because the scribes who write the words and keep learning alive are an important legacy for a library that prides itself on making learning of all kinds accessible to all people.
Library staff are still trying to figure out what happened and where the missing pieces are. What about you? If you have any information that might help solve the rest of this mystery, contact the library by visiting lapl.org. A big celebration for Italian Americans in San Pedro as the community unveiled its Little Italy district, complete with traditional Italian fare, dance, and a very special performance.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to LA's newest cultural destination, Little Italy, Los Angeles, here in San Pedro. You have seen her viral video performance. You have all heard her story of illness and trauma that forced her onto the street. Ladies and gentlemen, performing for the first time live on stage, America's newest sweetheart, Emily Zamorka.
This is a great feeling to be here standing in front of you. I'm going to sing the same song that I was singing in the subway. Is that okay with you? Okay.
Porta
Italy in Los Angeles was lost, left to the footnotes of history. That is until today. Today we bring back Little Italy, Corso Italia, back from the pages of history.
The Italian heritage is weaved throughout our history here in San Pedro. In the early 1900s, this waterfront was bustling with immigrant fishermen from Ischia and Sicily. They came here, right here in San Pedro, to start over, to achieve the American dream.
The Italian culture is about so many things. It's about food, of course, it's about family, it's about history, but it's also about togetherness and coming together and welcoming everybody.
Look at this place, it rocks. We used to go to the one up in Hollywood, and it was nowhere near as good as this one.
This is really a much bigger turnout than I thought. This Little Italy idea is going to be really good for downtown.
I am so grateful that we finally have something here in the LA area, in San Pedro, where many people can come and experience the Italian culture. So I think it's really exciting, and I'm excited because I think it's just the beginning of a great thing in Little Italy in San Pedro.
LA's rising and shining star. We love you.
At least one free event will be featured at the Pepper Tree Plaza every month, with concerts, markets, and plays also in the works. But the party didn't end there. The celebrations continued over at LA City Hall as Councilmember Joe Buscaino paid tribute to the Italian-American community.
Welcome to our annual Italian-American Heritage Celebration here in your John Ferraro City Council chambers. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here.
Los Angeles is home to the largest concentration of Italian Americans in all of California. We're strong, we're united, we're Italians.
Los Angeles is truly a place where we can be part of something bigger, a place where we can retain pride in our Italian heritage. Grazie a tutti.
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, dell'elmo di Scipio se cinta alla testa, dove la vittoria che porga la chioma, è schiava di Roma, Iddio la creò. Stringiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Stringiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò, sì.
We're going to present to you the 2019 recipients of the Italian Spirit Award. We're all talented, we're smart, we're resourceful, we're loving people who contribute to the prosperity to this great city.
A lineup of talented jazz musicians entertained crowds with their soulful sounds during the 6th annual Latin Jazz and Music Festival.
So you're here today at the 6th annual Latin Jazz and Music Festival. It is spectacular. 50 years of music. It's free, it's for family, it's fun. It's here in the Northeast. We've got great bands, Grammy winners. beautiful. I can't tell you enough what an exciting weekend this is going to be.
Celebrating its 6th year, the Olvera Street Muertos Art Walk brings together over 30 artists from the greater Los Angeles community, selling original artwork, jewelry, accessories, clothing, face painting, and more.
So today we're hosting the 6th annual Muertos Art Walk, and it's our way of kicking off the Day of the Dead season here at Olvera Street. We invite over 30 local artists with unique gifts from jewelry, clothing, handmade artwork, and it's all their own work. And so it's a great way to highlight artists from all over Los Angeles.
We come every year, we bring our families. The Art Walk is a great event. We love it. The whole area is always full of culture and full of life, so check it out.
And Olvera Street is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So we welcome everyone from near and far to come and visit and to see that we're still here. We're working hard to maintain these traditions, to maintain our cultural livelihood here at the birthplace of Los Angeles.
Over in the San Fernando Valley, this art was literally glowing at the 3rd annual Van Nuys Art Festival, as many of the area's talented artists highlighted their skills and entertained the crowds.
We're at the 3rd annual Van Nuys Arts Festival here in the community of Van Nuys. It's just a way to be able to showcase the talent and the artwork here in the San Fernando Valley. We want to be able to have a place for them to showcase that work.
I'm really grateful for Nuys to create something like this for us to come together as a community. It's really awesome.
I love it. I love the music, the vibes, how everybody comes together. Like, it's awesome.
We've got the artistic performances this evening. You also have interactive 3D experiments that are happening. We also have the robotics team from some of our local high schools. Like I said, it's all part of art.
Art is healing if you're looking at it, or you're actually painting or drawing. It's very soothing, provides you good energy, good vibes.
There's so much talent in our community. This is why we have this event annually. Hopefully people from throughout the San Fernando Valley can come out and enjoy it.
Bring your friends and family to the 14th annual Taste of Soul Festival. Come out to walk and raise money for a good cause and enjoy some laughs while benefiting kids with disabilities. All this in Things to Do. The Taste of Soul Family Festival celebrates its 14th year. Much more than a food festival, Taste of Soul is a festival dedicated to presenting high-end entertainment and a cultural experience to the South LA community free of charge. It's a family reunion event promoting peace, respect, and love. The 14th annual Taste of Soul Festival kicks off Saturday, October 19th, beginning at 10 a.m. on Crenshaw Boulevard between Stalker and Rodeo Roads. For information, visit tasteofsoul.org. It's time to hit the bricks for charity as AIDS Walk Los Angeles gets moving for 2019. This year's walk marks 35 years that patients, advocates, and friends put their souls on the line to shake the government into action during the AIDS crisis. Join the tradition of caring and sign up for AIDS Walk Los Angeles happening Sunday, October 20th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Grant Park. For more information, visit AIDSWalkLA.org. Join some of LA's finest funny talent at Comedy for Causes. Sponsored by Urban Soul Media Foundation, Comedy for Causes aims to raise money through music and comedy for kids with disabilities. This show will benefit kids with type 1 diabetes. This new edition of Comedy for Causes event drops Sunday, October 20th at the Comedy Union on 5040 West Pico Boulevard, beginning at 6 p.m. For more details, visit their listing on Eventbrite. And that's a look at some things to do.
Your favorite creepy critters are crawling out at the LA Zoo. It's Boo at the LA Zoo, a time of wonderful treats while experiencing and learning about animals at the zoo.
It's free with admission, so it's very affordable for the whole entire family. You get a really great fall festive vibe here. You can see animals, be out here in nature in beautiful Griffith Park, and get some candy while you're at it.
There's a chance to get up close and personal with animals and Boo, where you can touch the animals and learn more about them from a docent.
Now, there's a reason. Look at how this design is on this particular snake.
Or you can walk through the hay maze and explore the pumpkin patch.
I like how you get to see a bunch of animals. I really like the corn maze. It's super fun. It's really cool how you can choose which way you want to go.
Boo at LA Zoo runs every day through October 27th. And on the weekends, there are special events and entertainment. And on the last 2 weekends, there will be trick-or-treating for the kids, but you're welcome to wear your Halloween costume anytime in October.
We set up a very special Halloween display that's right near the entrance, and kids can play with some Halloween activities and games. There are Halloween crafts. There's a green screen photo opportunity every weekend. There's a pumpkin patch and a hay maze. One of the most exciting things we do for Boo at the LA Zoo every year is feed our animals pumpkins and meat for the carnivores. So every weekend there are scheduled animal feedings where you can see animals of all shapes and sizes like elephants and river otters and even meerkats attack pumpkins. It is a really fun sight to see.
You can also witness mysterious flying creatures at the World of Birds show and go face to face with rare snakes, poisonous frogs, and venomous lizards at the goosebump-inducing lair exhibit.
The cool thing about the lair, which stands for Living Amphibians, Invertebrates, and Reptiles, is that we have designed about 50 exhibits to match their natural habitat, their natural ecosystem out in the wild. We do a lot of conservation work with reptiles and amphibians, which here we're very proud of at the LA Zoo.
It's really nice. It's big and he can crawl around and play with all the pumpkins, and there's a lot of kid activities.
So come and get your Boo on with your favorite animals, only in the month of October. This spooktacular event is for all ages.
That's it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more of LA This Week.